Rolling Stone magazine. In 1997, they wanted to write an article about the school.
Yeah. Right.
And so they came down to the school and hung out with me for a week.
And by the way, this is during your 6th year at Florida State.
Nice.
Year 6.
6.5.
Right. Well, how did they know to go to you?
They called the president of the school, the president of the IFC, president of all. Just happens that I had partied with every single one of those dudes the night.
Right. And so then what happened?
So then they were trying to write an article about Florida State, and then they just changed it and wrote it about me. Called me the #1 party animal in the country. Oliver Stone optioned the rights to my life. I moved to New York. Will Smith discovered me. It was like the greatest thing that ever happened to me. It was literally the defining moment of my life. Of people go how did you get to where you are? And you're like, oh, I just partied my balls off.
It's unbelievable. So hold on. What did Oliver Stone do with? Well,
he had a bunch of guys write scripts, and then all those scripts went away. I got discovered by Will Smith, and then supposedly, and then this is all kind of hearsay, but because there's I never sued anyone, but that movie turned into the movie Van Wilder.
Really?
Yeah, his life story.
Jesus Christ.
Partying story in Tallahassee.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude, that's all I did was just I went to the bathroom on a pizza box to win an election, and next thing you know, I have a career.
That's unbelievable. And then you had never done stand-up or anything like that. How did you develop the stand-up?
I never did stand-up, but I'd said I'd been funny. Everyone always said I was funny, and I was the funniest guy in my fraternity.
Right.
And I had said in the article I want to try stand-up, and so this radio station set up a show to make me fail. They set up the show so that I'd fail. 4 comics went on before me, each doing 20 minutes, and I had to close the show doing 30. And I played baseball with this guy Brad Radke, right, growing up.
Right.
I was his catcher, and when you watched him play, it was effortless. I remember saying to my dad was like, oh, he's going pro. He doesn't have to work, and he's just great. First time I did stand-up, I called my dad, I swear to God, and I was like, Dad, I found the thing Brad Radke had for baseball. That's stand-up comedy for me. Well, then you got to move to New York.
Not only are you doing stand-up, now you have a special on Netflix. It's called Secret Time. My daughter came to me 10 days ago and said, you have to watch the Bert Kreischer. I've watched it 3 times already.
Oh, really?
I watched it with her. She's 16, and with my 14-year-old while we were eating dinner one day, and it was a little bit inappropriate at times, but it's just a killer hour. It's amazing, and the fact that you're on Netflix, how has that upped your Q rating? Man, you must be going through the roof at this point.
It's amazing how many people have Netflix.
Yeah.
Literally, the day it came out on Netflix, was on the front page, people were walking by me in the street going, Bert. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, hey, you're on the front page of Netflix. And I was like, I am.
Right. It's amazing.
It's been legit games. It's people that you wouldn't think that do love comedy that are like the Sky Cap the other day is like, man, your kids sound hilarious. And I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, so Bert does the thing. I wonder, how does your wife handle this? So he does the thing, right? He takes his shirt off, and afterwards he's taking pictures of the people. He's got a little promo video out there where you see. And then women are coming up, and they're flashing you.
Yeah, he's belly to belly with guys. He's got women covering up their top half, taking pics left and right.
Right, and that's happening all the time. Does your wife freak out? Does she get pissed off, or she just knows that's you just doing your thing?
Oh, she could care less. My wife literally is like, yeah, you want to treat? You want to cheat? Good luck. You think anyone's buying that product? Enjoy it.
Hey, by the way, speaking of Netflix, this is a big controversy, Bert. Why are they censoring your nipple?
I don't know. That's gone crazy.
All over Twitter.
It's all over the place. People are writing articles about it because I think because the feminists have this Free the Nipple campaign. And I think they're doing it out of equality, because if it was a woman, they blur their nipple. And I have no clue. I didn't even notice it, to be dead honest with you. Some woman wrote this article scathing Netflix about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess my nipple is gone. In my head, I was like, I look better with a pasty.
Hey, did you do a sit down with Bonnie, with Rich's wife, Bonnie McFarlane?
I did. That was one of my. All we did was talk about how messed up our kids are.
Dude, I gotta listen to that, because we're huge Voss fans. I mean, we know Bonnie a little bit too, but we're huge Voss fans.
We're all Voss fans. Voss is one of my favorite human beings on this planet.
Oh, great.
Dude, one time I was partying real hard in New York. We're in a cab, and I've been going hard. And in the cab, he says, listen, man, if you ever want to talk, and the cab's getting ready to stop. He's like, if you ever want to talk, if you ever want to, try to clean up or anything, you need someone to talk to, just listen. I'm here for you. I love you, and I'm worried about you, and I care about you. I was like, cool. And the cab stopped, and he just keeps staring at me. And I was like, cool. I was like, he's like staring at me. I go, no, I got it, Rich. Like, I think I'm good, but if I ever feel like that, I'll call you. And he goes, no, I need it. I said, what? And he goes, the money for the cab. Come on, man. I need to have the money for the cab.
That's so great.
That sounds classic Voss right there.
Come on, I need to have the money for a cab.
All right, so you're on tour, world tour. Tickets go on sale this Friday. If you want tickets, BertBertBert.com. And you're going to be at Lincoln Theater on March 14th. If you got
Lincoln
time,
Theater, March 14th. I cannot wait.
If you have time, stop by the studio.
Yeah, definitely. Come hang out with
I
us.
would love to. I've always wondered why. Like I saw you guys 10 years ago, and Ari always talks. He's like, dude, it's my favorite show to do. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember those guys.
Anytime.
Yeah, we'll definitely
anytime.
get you
Open
in.
invitation, buddy.
Thank you so much, guys.